We decided for Black History Month 2021 to create a piece of art. The idea being that we'd get members of the community together from the North Kent Caribbean Network, from people that have been to our events, as well as members of the local community and staff from Kent Adult Education, to just create a piece of work that could signify what Black History Month means to them. The idea being that rather than focusing on the past, it's all about how we focus on the future. So we also decided to have some interviews, and they were intergenerational interviews, to get the different opinions on what has happened previously and how we move the conversation forward.
I arrived on the 17th of November, 1954.
I was born in Gravesend. To my mother, who is from Trinidad, and my dad was from Guyana. My mum was Indian Trinidadian, and my dad being Black Guyanese. My mum came over to be a nurse, so she moved over when she was about in her 20s, maybe like 23. Initially went to Dartford, and then moved around London working as a nurse. And then my dad came in the army, from Guyana, came to be in the British Army.
Why do we need Black History Month? Well, I believe it's Black history just isn't 1 month. It should be, every month of the year is our life. From the beginning to the end of the year, it's our life. So 1 month out, that doesn't quite weigh up for me. But I appreciate what's being said, and I appreciate what's being created. So because we know what the history is, we don't want to keep repeating the same thing over and over again, because we just keep going around in circles. We don't want to do that. We now need to evolve and go forward.
I think in 2021, it's more positive. I think it's positive in a sense that people are more aware compared to when I was little, when I was younger, and I was probably like the only Black person in like a whole area. And it was just like not realising that you're different until someone approaches you and they say things. You think, oh, I didn't realise that I actually am a different person. Now it's like everyone is just listens, everyone's there, it's like more togetherness now, I think. And I think it's a shame because, well, it's more of a shame because of the things that's happened, obviously with like police brutality and things that happened in America. I think that and also like with the footballers and the chants and all that sort of thing, is made people more aware, but that's been happening forever.
Do I think everything's improved? Ooh, that's a good one. Honestly, putting my cards on the table and being honest with you, a small fraction. History is still repeating itself. I've been around long enough to see there are certain things that are happening back then that are happening today, but it's under a different guise.
So until you walk and talk to people and they learn how to talk to each other, to converse to other, to think like someone else, to think of how they feel, people wouldn't.
It's tough. It's tough to be a Black person in 2021, but it's also inspiring and amazing on the other hand. I think it's tough because you are grafting, you are working so hard to prove that you are amazing, but it's also just amazing. I love it.
It is awareness, because before people didn't know. People didn't know. And I of myself also is also learning.
Although there is Black History Month, although there is recognition, let's have some action. Let's stop talking and let's do something totally different. Change the cycle, and let's not keep going around in the history circle, because just like what happened in the footballers, that's happened before in the past. I've been around to see that in the past. I want to see action for us to evolve together and go forward. Don't keep talking about it, which is what we seem to do. We seem to have these good debates about them, but no one's taking any action to evolve and cultivate a future. The planet was made for all of us, not just a certain few. So with that in mind, let's go forward.
A lot of what our focus should be on at the moment is how we create positive, permanent change. We can only do that from speaking to each other, and some of those conversations are going to be difficult. Some of those conversations are going to be challenging, and some of those conversations are definitely going to change the way you think. but it's only through having them that we can actually make a change for the future.